Hey, Scruffy. Hey, Dan. I have, let's see, party cuts with turkey and kibble. Okay, gonna get the food on the table. Okay. So, let's see, yesterday I didn't discover until after I was putting the video together that my recording of lunchtime basically got lost or destroyed. Stupid camera. Never had that problem with the iPhone. So, I think the file just got corrupted because there was a very small file and it was all black. But I know I was recording, I think yesterday, for multiple minutes. I remember I was going kind of long because yesterday what happened was I came out to do the water at lunchtime, and I didn't see Scruffy at first because he was hiding or sleeping in the corner on the edge of the deck where the plant kind of grows through the railing, and the leaves basically were draped over Scruffy, and so he was perfectly camouflaged in the plant and the shadows. So it took me a little bit to find him, and then he eventually decided to sit up, became more exposed, but then he didn't come over. Instead, he actually, okay, thought Scruffy was gonna strike or something. It suddenly turned. So yeah, anyway, he ended up deciding to walk a little away from the plants, but towards the back of the deck, looking out into the yard instead of towards me. And I was wondering if he saw a bird or a rodent. But he just continued to sit there and ignore me. And so eventually I went in. And then eventually he decided to come over. And I thought he was going to come over to the water, but I think he actually came over to the mat and he was looking at me through the window for a while. And I thought that was weird because waited all that time for me to go away, and then he comes to the door and stares at me. And then I can't remember if he drank the water or not. So anyway, that was several minutes of recording. I'm guessing 4 or 5 minutes. I remember I went a little long. And there's a little time indicator on the camera showing you how long you record, and I think I frequently look at it just to get a sense of how long I've been recording, how long it's been. So I'm pretty sure I had a few minutes worth of footage at least. And then when I transferred it over and checked the files, it was a tiny little file that was only maybe 10 seconds long or something, and it was all black. And I actually did check the file on the camera itself, and yeah, it was just a tiny little file, also black. So this stupid camera corrupted the data, didn't record it correctly. What a piece of junk. Solid headbutt there. Yeah. And climb. So anyway, I had assumed I had the footage, but I didn't. So yesterday's video is missing all the footage. Oh well. I really hate this camera. So we'll see if I got any footage from today. So lunch was a little different today. So Scruffy's more back, a little more to his old games of sleeping on the deck. Although he did play that game where he comes to the door again. So we shall see. Another meow. So, another headbutt. So the weather is actually very similar to yesterday. So it's still supposed to heat up. But today it's supposed to be hotter than yesterday. And yesterday was abnormally cooler. I wouldn't say cool, it was hot. But today feels very much like yesterday, which I'm not complaining about. Actually, much prefer this over the alternative. So I was actually planning, I think, to stay in today, but because it's cooler, I'm thinking I should probably try to go out for a bike ride today. So I'm planning to go for a bike ride after I feed Scruffy. Although I'm a little tired, so I might cut my route a little shorter tonight. We'll see. So I had a special event online. So I signed up for a conference. I wanted to go in person this year to actually a couple of different conferences. There's like a main one I wanted to go to. And then coincidentally, there are semi-related events also taking place around the same time, and I actually don't know where they were located. I suspect they were kind of located in the same general region. Usually conferences, they always go to the same travel destinations or very similar travel destinations, because certain places are nicer to go to, more popular to go to, and have better weather. Less restrictive on lockdowns. So anyway, but because of several reasons, but the main one was basically how I got screwed on my little financial thing that blew up on me, which I'm still trying to find a lawyer for. But yeah, since I've basically been completely screwed and lost, unfortunately, a lot of money on that fiasco, didn't feel like I could afford to travel anywhere. So this particular conference decided to have a special online version in addition to its in-person venue, and they did it for very cheap. So usually, they even the online versions for these things are ridiculously expensive. This one, however, was really cheap. It was one of those almost no-brainers. You basically, you should sign up, do the online thing. It's so ridiculously cheap that can't pass it up. Okay, well, yeah. Think you're ready for your food? I went on a little long here. Seemed like the pets tonight, though. Okay, let's get your food. I think his fur looks pretty good today. So let's see. Yeah. So yeah, today at lunch. Actually, this morning I saw him on the table, but yeah, since the camera is such a pain, I didn't have it on, and so by the time I got it on, yeah, he was gone. So whatever. Um, so at lunch, he was sleeping behind the table. I had to walk out so I could see him. And yeah, he did that thing again where he just kind of lays there and tries to ignore me. And assumes I'll go away and then he can drink the water. So I stayed filming him for a little while. I think I stayed for about 2 minutes. Just to see if he would budge. There was at one point he actually stretched. I think, yeah, yawned and stretched. So I thought there was a possibility. Okay, the camera stopped. I think that was me actually hitting a button by accident. But I think I restarted it. So anyway, yeah, he stretched, yawned and stretched, but then yeah, he laid back down and was pretending to sleep again. So let's see. Eventually, I went back in, and then I filmed the bowl, and I think within a minute he finally got up and started walking over. But to my surprise, he walked past the water and up to the door, and he walked right up to the door, and then he walked under the chair a little, and I wasn't sure what he was doing. And he actually stayed there for a little while. I didn't know what to do. And then finally he went over to the water bowl and started drinking. So yeah, the online conference was on a short break, so I had a few minutes to try to film, but yeah. So my day basically was trying to attend all the different presentations from the conference. They actually had a, it was actually, they did it kind of in an interesting way. They had the core material that everyone would see if you were in person or not. But then they actually set up a special virtual conference on top of that, and they actually had special live kind of QA type sessions for the online people. Basically, yeah, they were really trying to maximize the value for the online people, even though we didn't really pay that much. But I guess it doesn't cost them that much to set it up. But they did a really great job. So basically, they got a lot of the presenters and basically I'll ask them all to like have a little special QA session just for the online people, and then they had this software. Basically, it's like a virtual meetup thing where there's a map of a virtual conference hall with different rooms and tables and chairs, and basically you can click between all the different rooms, and each room is like a different presenter or vendor or whatever, and you basically can wander around and ask specific questions or just listen in to other conversations going on in that room. And so the main conference organizer, so in real life, one of the things people do is they follow him around because he asks really good questions. And so if you're not an expert or you want to listen to like what the real pros are talking about, you can basically be a fly on the wall. Oops, I dropped the ball. Or actually, I tossed the ball out of the bowl. It rolled away. I think it's under the chair. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, in real life, yeah, you can all cluster around and be a fly on the wall watching the pros talk and try to learn from them. But since we don't exactly have that, they tried to reproduce that a little bit. So the main organizer basically tried to do the same in the virtual meetings, and you could basically see where he is in the virtual space because they have a little picture showing where he is or which room he's in. Unfortunately, the software has a really stupid limitation, and they limit the number of people you can cram in a room, and it's like a very small number. It's like 5 or something like that. So that was like the most unfortunate part. So I wasn't able to follow him to all the rooms because I couldn't get into all the rooms. But I was able to get in a few, so and I can't complain for the price. So. Yeah, they didn't have to go to that effort. Just the standard material would have been well worth the price. So I had to get up early, and that's been my whole day. Okay, folks, I gotta go for a bike ride. So thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye.